In the year 1117, a small island nation in the North Atlantic took a bold step that would reverberate through history. Iceland, a land of Vikings and volcanoes, became the first European country to abolish slavery. The decision to outlaw slavery in Iceland was driven by a combination of factors. The country's harsh environment and limited resources made large-scale plantation agriculture impractical. Furthermore, the strong sense of independence and equality that permeated Icelandic society made it difficult to justify the enslavement of fellow human beings. Centuries later, on the other side of the globe, a different story unfolded. Mauritania, a vast desert nation in West Africa, became the last country in the world to officially abolish slavery. The practice of slavery had been deeply entrenched in Mauritanian society for centuries. It was a complex issue intertwined with ethnicity, religion, and economic disparity. Despite international pressure and repeated attempts at abolition, slavery persisted in Mauritania well into the 20th century. It was not until 1981 that the government finally criminalized the practice. However, the road to true liberation has been long and arduous. Even today, it is estimated that tens of thousands of people still live in slavery-like conditions in Mauritania. The abolition of slavery was a watershed moment in human history. It marked a turning point in the fight for human rights and equality. The movement to end slavery was a global phenomenon. It drew inspiration from Enlightenment ideals and the growing belief in the inherent dignity of all human beings. From the slave revolts in the Caribbean to the abolitionist movements in Europe and America, people from all walks of life raised their voices against this injustice. The impact of abolition was far-reaching. It led to the rise of new industries, the transformation of societies, and the redrawing of political maps. Section 5. The fight continues, modern slavery, and the road ahead. While the formal abolition of slavery was a major victory, the fight for freedom is far from over. Sadly, slavery still exists in various forms around the world. Human trafficking, forced labor, debt bondage, and child slavery continue to plague our planet. Millions of people are trapped in these modern forms of slavery, often hidden in plain sight. The fight against modern slavery requires a multifaceted approach. It demands international cooperation, strong legislation, and effective enforcement mechanisms. Section 7. The role of international pressure. International pressure has played a crucial role in the fight against slavery. From the transatlantic slave trade to modern-day human trafficking, the global community has come together to condemn and combat this heinous crime. Treaties like the 1839 Treaty of London, which aimed to suppress the slave trade, and the 1926 Slavery Convention, which defined slavery and obligated signatory nations to work towards its abolition, demonstrate the power of international cooperation. Organizations like the United Nations and the International Labour Organization continue to work tirelessly to eradicate slavery in all its forms. Section 8. The economics of freedom. The abolition of slavery had significant economic implications. In many parts of the world, the end of slavery led to the rise of new labor systems. Wage labor became the dominant form of employment, which, while not without its own set of challenges, offered workers more freedom and autonomy than slavery. The transition from slave labor to free labor was not always smooth. It often led to social and economic upheaval. However, in the long run, it paved the way for more just and equitable societies. Section 9. The legacy of slavery, scars on the world stage. The legacy of slavery continues to cast a long, enduring shadow on the world stage. The transatlantic slave trade and centuries of colonial exploitation have left deep, indelible scars on societies across the globe. From racial inequality and economic disparities to cultural appropriation and historical trauma, the after-effects of slavery are still profoundly felt today. It is essential to acknowledge and address this painful legacy in order to build a more just and equitable future for all. Section 10. Conclusion: a journey unfinished. The journey to abolish slavery has been long and arduous, marked by countless struggles and sacrifices. From Iceland's early stand against this inhumane practice to Mauritania's long struggle for liberation, the fight for freedom has spanned centuries and continents. Each step forward has been a testament to the unyielding spirit of those who refuse to accept oppression. While we have made significant progress, our work is far from finished. The abolition of slavery was a monumental achievement, but it was only the beginning of a much larger battle for human rights and dignity. Modern slavery continues to plague our world, demanding our unwavering attention and action. Human trafficking, forced labor, and other forms of exploitation persist, affecting millions of lives globally. As we reflect on the past and look towards the future, let us honor the sacrifices of those who fought for freedom and rededicate ourselves to the pursuit of a world where all people are free and equal. Their legacy is a powerful reminder of what can be achieved through courage and determination. The journey to abolish slavery is a testament to the power of human resilience, the importance of international cooperation, and the enduring belief in the inherent dignity of every human being. It underscores the necessity of global solidarity in the face of injustice. It is a journey that we must continue until all chains are broken and every person is free. The fight against slavery is not just a historical struggle, but a present-day mission that calls for our collective effort and unwavering commitment.